Good afternoon, everybody. Long time no see. We haven't held a live stream in quite a while. Uh, I was enjoying the holidays with the family, and we're back. And we're going to kick off 2026 with a bang because of the things that I have been watching, the things that I have been seeing. Even though we haven't live streamed, I'm always watching. I'm always paying attention. And I see what's going on. Now, I see a lot of nonsense. I see a lot of craziness. Let me start out by saying I have tried to give advice to as many people as possible that bring awareness on this platform. I try to give the best advice. I don't I don't tell people how to conduct themselves, how to run their platforms, how to do any of that, because everybody does runs their platforms how they choose to run them. But some of the things that I have been seeing lately is uncalled for, completely uncalled for. And I sometimes it's not even shock and awe anymore. It isn't. At this point, it's become that there are some people that claim to be awareness, but some of the things that I've seen, unacceptable. Just unacceptable how people are conducting themselves, doxing people's kids. Let me start off by saying that, or doxing anybody in general. Kids are always off limits. I don't care what anybody has to say about that. Kids are always off limits. I don't care if somebody's running a platform. I don't care if their children are already over the age of 18. If you have a problem with somebody on their platform, it should stay between you and that person and not their children. I don't care if their kids are grown already. That is unacceptable. If you have a problem with a certain creator on TikTok, that's between you and them, not between you, them, and their children. That's not how things should be rolling. And I'm seeing this in real time. Keep that between you and the creator, leave their children out of it. Because the kids have no fault in anything going on. So keep it between that individual and that individual only. Because I just don't understand why people do what they do. Like I said, the children, I don't care if they're over 18. I don't care if they're over 21. It has nothing to do with what we're doing on this platform. I always said kids are off limits. I don't care how old they are. And I'm going to continue to run the platform that way.
I don't care if you post them on another platform. I don't give a fuck where it is. I'm gonna see it.
That's right. Mrs. Homie said. And if people are posting them on other platforms, I don't care if it's YT, Instaham, um, favorites, any other platform. We always find out. We will always find out. No ifs, ands, or buts. Somebody is always watching, and it always gets back to us. Then I go watch, and I see it with my own eyes. People need to quit doing that. There's eyes everywhere all over this platform. Like I said, I can't tell people how to run the platforms, but if you are an awareness creator, leave children out of it. Kids are off limits. It's always been like that on this platform. We're going to continue to run it like that. And I will never change how this platform is being run. Never. As you can see, our gifts are still turned off because I'm going to continue to run this platform with the gifts off. That's going to continue no matter what. I'm not here to make money off of bringing awareness. We're here to call out beggars, scammers, frauds, and all that other nonsense that's going on. So before I get into it, I wanted to talk about that real quick. Give me about a minute and we're about to dive into it. We got a lot to unpack. We got a lot to unpack. Buckle up. Buckle up. It's about to go down. All right, we're going to get into this. I got quite a bit to say and present. Let me start off by saying I want to thank everybody that supports us in bringing awareness. Our post, the one that we just did announcing that we were coming back after our vacation away from TikTok, over 5,000 views. Over 5,000 views. I want to thank everybody in the community. Thank you for supporting us and bringing awareness. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If it's echoing, go out, come back in. Now, I'm going to get into several issues at hand. And yes, for the ones that have asked, I am going to address this whole Gabalaya situation. I will address it. So everybody just be patient with me. I'm going to address two individuals real quick since they have a lot to say, and I haven't talked about them in a long time. I'm going to start with this one. These are rabbit holes you don't want to go down, but obviously Zimneek and Kiki have teamed up, tag team back again, and they have a lot to say. First of all, Zimneek, let me tell you this. You're still scamming. You're still begging. You're still defrauding the government. Money that you collect on CAs and all that. You don't report that to the food stamps, the Medicaid. You don't do any of that. You continue down this path of doing what you do. Unacceptable behavior. Now, what you need to be focused on is quit having all the little ones that you continue to have because everything is being funded by taxpayers. The people that pay taxes, that go to work, bust their behinds, they are funding everything for you. And here you sit on this app and collect all this money that goes unreported to food stamps and Medicaid. Now, you had a lot to say about Mrs. Homie. Information that I gathered was that just the other day you were talking about, you and Kiki, how you sat there and you cussed out Mrs. Homie. When was this? Tell me, Zimneek, when did you cuss out Mrs. Homie? Because last time I checked, you got checked. Last time I checked, when we called you out the last time, we were also calling your baby daddy out because you allow a grown man to sit there playing video games while you sit here scam and beg on this app. Allowing your baby daddy to be just a bum. Because we've seen it time and time again. I got plenty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Her baby daddy.
Yeah. Instead of going out there and getting a job, your baby daddy decides to sit there behind a screen playing video games all day. That's not going to pay any bills. That's not going to put food on the table. That's not going to do anything for anybody. And you continue to pop out little one after little one after little one. That's the truth behind it. You continue to have more and more and more because taxpayers will fund every single one that you have. Truth and facts. Yeah, he's working hard at playing video games. So whether you call him your fiance, your husband, your boyfriend, or your brother, that's right, I said it, and I've said it plenty of times before. You and your significant other have the same dad. That's right. I will always throw it out there to remind you. He's got the same dad. So technically, that's brother, stepbrother, whatever you want to call it. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't do any of that. Tell that grown ass baby over there to get off his behind and go get a job. Tell your brother, stepbrother, your significant other to get a job. Because eventually they're going to boot you off Medicaid and food stamps for all the fraud you guys have been committing.
And the only ones that suffer are the poor babies.
That's true. The ones that have to go through all of it are the little ones. Now, because TikTok refuses to do anything, because TikTok allows this type of behavior to continue, I'm taking a new approach in 2026. That's right. See, because all the fraud, all the lying, all the manipulation, it has to come to a halt sooner or later. Now, because TikTok refuses and allows this type of behavior to continue, I've decided to go another route. Sometimes you got to start from the inside and make your way out. And when I say the inside, I'm going to start exposing corrupt government officials, corrupt DCF workers, corrupt politicians. That's what 2026 is bringing for everybody. With everything going on in Minnesota, Washington, Medicaid fraud, everything else, now is the time to highlight stories of corrupt individuals within the system and add each one of these individuals in whatever state they reside. That's right. 2026 is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of corrupt politicians, DCF workers, things of that nature, and I'm going to expose it. That's what I'm going to do. Because TikTok is not going to do anything about it. Now, I've done my research. I have got a lot of data, statistics. I followed the donors to the people that donate to these politicians, things of that nature. There's always a paper trail. And I'm already onto it. I already got screenshots. I already downloaded data. I'm following that trail far, far and beyond. I prepared myself. I prepared myself to do it because now that the spotlight is on all this fraud that's being conducted with food stamps, Medicaid, home health care, things of that nature, now is the time to jump on it and put it out there for everybody. So I followed the...
I need you to mod it.
Huh?
I'm going to pin an account and I need you to mod it.
Okay. That one?
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second.
But the beggars and the scammers are not going to still get away with shit just because they're busy.
No. Give me 1 second, everybody, while I... This homie has asked me to add another moderator. Okay. Now, with everything that I have uncovered, we're talking millions of dollars that has gone to corrupt individuals. I'm going to start out that way. And every time I highlight a certain state that these scammers and these beggars reside in, I'm going to add them to those stories. Just to show how these individuals do what they do on TikTok. And it'll put a spotlight on them as well. That's how I'm approaching 2026. Because TikTok doesn't do anything. And I already have plenty of information on plenty of states. As a matter of fact, here in my state alone, I'm taking a trip. We're taking a field trip. We're going to take a field trip, and I'm going to show you how bad it is. I'm going to highlight everything that's going on, and we're going to bring you numbers, big numbers, millions, even billions of dollars. See, this goes way deeper than just TikTok and the scammers and the beggars. This is way bigger. And we're going to uncover it. Maybe that'll put some pressure on all these people that are not reporting their income for Medicaid and food stamps. Maybe it'll put pressure on them too. And have a set of eyeballs, or 2 or 10 or 15 or 20 sets of eyeballs on what they're doing. And cut them off. Cut them completely off. That's what we're going to do. So that's how I am approaching 2026. And watch it work. Because the spotlight is on all these states right now. So I'm here for it. So Zimnique, next time you sit there with Kiki and talk about that you're cussing Mrs. Homie out, think twice. Because you're going to be spotlighted in 2026 along with Medicaid fraud and food stamp fraud. Welcome to the F around and find out stage of you over there talking about Mrs. Homie in whatever way. Let me move on to the next one. All right. Another one. This is Kiki. She has teamed up with Zimnique, the one I was just highlighting. Kiki, you could expect the same kind of energy that you put out, but me and Mrs. Homie's energy is bigger than yours. See, I come with truth and facts. I come with receipts. You're going to be highlighted when we expose the scam and fraud in the state that you reside in. We're going to highlight you several times this year. That way, we could get a set of eyeballs on you, because the money that you collect, you don't report that to Medicaid or food stamps either. Having your little one set up a CA under their name, highly unacceptable. How are you going to sit there and allow a little one to set up a CA so you can sit there and continue to collect money? What, you thought that I wouldn't find out that you helped your little one set up a CA so you could collect money because your CAs were getting shut down? You thought I wouldn't find out, right? You're wrong. I found out. And I know I have the name of that CA that's attached to your little one. We're going to highlight that. We're going to put it out there. That way government officials can see what you're doing. Let me tell you, it's called the digital footprint. That's what it's called, a digital footprint. And it's going to lead all back to you. Mark my words. I'm a man of my word. That digital footprint is going to go right back to you. And there's consequences for it. You're teaching your little ones how to scam people out of money, how to lie to people, and you're teaching them how to beg for money instead of going out there and working hard for it. That's what you're teaching them. This is another individual that the taxpayers are funding everything for her. 6 little ones, with another one on the way. You heard that right. 6 little ones with another one on the way. That's the same for Zimnik. Just popping them out left and right. Left and right. That's wild behavior. But they know, because the taxpayers fund everything for them, that they'll continue to do it. That's crazy. Yeah, they do it for the benefits. They could just sit at home, beg for money, scam people for money, don't have to get a job. That's why they continue to have them left and right. There are people that struggle every day. They don't get no benefits. They don't get food stamps. They don't qualify for Medicaid, Medicare. But here these individuals are taking advantage, lying to the system, and doing what they do. That's crazy. So before you start running your mouth, Kiki, with Zimnik, be prepared for what's to come. What I want people to understand, investigations take time. See, a lot of people are under the impression that investigations, they're opened up immediately, that things happen within a week, 2 weeks, a couple months. That's not how it works. Investigations take plenty of time. We got to be patient. We have to be patient, because eventually they are their own downfall. Yeah, it could take several years.
But while we're waiting, we're still gonna report the pages. We're still gonna report the cash apps, and the bitches better shut the fuck up.
That's Miss Homie in the background. Mrs. Homie just said it perfectly. I don't know if you heard her or not. No matter what. See, Mrs. Homie, she's spicy. She's spicy. And she's not going to tolerate any nonsense. I'm the calm and collected one. But Mrs. Homie, that's a whole nother ballgame. And for Kiki and Zimnik to be over there yapping away, talking about that, they're cussing out Mrs. Homie, grab a box and give that energy. Because I'll hand it off to Mrs. Homie. I'll hand this off to Mrs. Homie while those two jump in a box. And let's see who cusses who out. See, I do it respectfully. You mess with Mrs. Homie, that's a whole nother ball game. The spiciness will come out. And that's how we're going to continue to run this. Mrs. Homie doesn't tolerate any BS from any of these scammers or beggars. So we're working on a lot of different things. A lot. Like I said, just because we haven't live streamed doesn't mean I haven't been paying attention. So Kiki, beware. We have eyes on you. We do. Now, I didn't grab this guy's picture, but I'm just going to put it before I move on to the next one. The guy's name is Chef Carl. Listen here, Chef Carl. No, nobody's going to give you money. I don't know if anybody's come across Chef Carl. I didn't grab his picture. You know what? Nobody's going to give you money. We don't care if you owe $555 to your bank, to whoever it is. I don't care. Nobody's going to give you that money. Nobody cares. Yeah, he only needs $50,000, everybody. top 4 ways in the bio. We had him join a box one time, and he really thought Chef Carl thought that if he came on this platform, he thought that if we put him in a box, that the community was going to help him raise the money that he needed. It didn't get him nowhere. It did not get him anywhere. He got called out, and that was a great live stream. He stood in the box for at least an hour. Well, Chef Carl, I seen that you're back. Get off of TikTok. Nobody's gonna help you. Just keep it moving. No, this community will never donate not even a copper penny to you. Not even one copper penny. He swore up and down that he was going to come get help on this platform. It went completely sideways. We loved it. We loved it. That was a great live stream. So that's my message to Chef Carl. Keep it moving. There's just, you're not going to help yourself. Last time you were having heart complications and yada, yada, yada. Still sitting in that rental car. Just get off of TikTok. Get off of TikTok, Chef Carl. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody. All right. I'm not going to address Maggie Foster on this live stream. A lot of people know who Maggie Foster is. I know her. His shoes are stolen. Maggie Foster, I am going to be addressing soon. She's also another Medicaid fraud, food stamp fraud, and disability fraud recipient. I don't even want to take people down that rabbit hole, but we'll get into it not on this live stream. You know what's a shame? It's a shame when somebody like Maggie Foster goes to a grocery store. And we've seen this with many people. They go to Walmart, a grocery store, and they're begging inside the store. They're on a live stream begging for money so they could buy what they want while they are at that grocery store. I've seen that. Going and getting toys for children that they don't have. That's wild behavior. If you don't have a child and you're out there collecting toys for Christmas, that's crazy. I don't even understand how people continue to support these beggars and scammers the way they continue to do it. Yeah, little man, I've seen countless number of people going into grocery stores begging for money so they could have whatever they want. It's not a necessity. Wants and necessities are two different things. Now, I have received a lot of messages about a lot of different people. And we're going to address them one by one. We've been away from TikTok for well over a month. One of the ones that was brought to my attention, Savannah Smiles. We won't do it this live stream, but we will get into it. I have all the receipts that were sent to me. Yeah, I know a lot about Jordan Paul. I know all about Jordan Paul. Uh, I have a pretty big folder built up with receipts. We're going to get into it. And a lot was collected. I know all about Tim Nash. Yeah, Tim and Angela, there's a lot. There's a lot. Now, this is going to have to get broken down just like we used to do. I know who Michelle Lamore is. I know the, the amount of messages I have received, everybody, please understand that there's a lot of people to cover. Yeah, the Savannah Smiles thing is complete. The receipts are there. I have all the receipts. No, Debbie the Pet Lady is not even worth talking about. So, like I said, there's a lot of people, and we're going to break it down. And, okay, somebody just mentioned my journey. Let me say this. So, we covered my journey 65 plenty of times. A lot of, I mean, I don't know how many times we covered my journey. Even after covering my journey, calling her daughter out, calling my journey 65 out. Also, she goes by Tammy. You wouldn't guess who reached out to me last month in December. Take a wild guess who reached out to me after bringing awareness on my journey, letting people know about the daughter's participation. Who do you think reached out? There you go. The daughter. Her daughter reached out to me. Her daughter reached out to me asking for help. You know what? I didn't respond. I didn't respond because why am I going to help anybody out that is a known scammer and beggar on this app? A person that we've called out plenty of times. I've even spoke with her daughter. We've had her daughter in a box. Why would I help out a known beggar and scammer? In what possible way could I help her out? I didn't even bother to ask. I didn't bother to ask what she was talking about. It's not going to happen. I didn't bother to ask what type of help she was seeking. Look, with my Journey 65, the amount of times that she collected money for breaks that I don't even know if she's fixed them yet is wild. The amount of money for the alleged supposedly broken transmission that's been collected, and still, I think that vehicle is in the same disrepair, is wild. When the van was overheating, the amount of money she collected for that is wild. And all this time, she considers herself to be a van lifer, somebody that you would think would be traveling. I'll address that here in a bit, Michelle. Why is it always what is it with people always saying that they're going to call immigration on me? What is it with people that always say that they're going to call immigration on me? Call them. I'm right here. I've been here. Call immigration on me. Do it. Yeah, it won't be the first and it won't be the last. You want me to go show up at immigration in my city? You want me to go to the immigration department? Walk in and walk out? Yeah. Man, what is it with people? I want to go immigration. Yeah, shut up. Call whoever you want. Now, back to my journey. Somebody put in the comments that now her son needs a new engine. Oh, great. Really? See, they scam for all this money. They don't repair the vehicles, and they continue to scam more and more people. So, addressing that situation, I don't know why her daughter reached out to me. Don't, Miss Whitney, I'm not. Don't reach out to me for to help your mom or help you or whatever it is that you guys are seeking. Don't reach out to me. Your mom's a known beggar scammer, and there's nothing that I will do to help out. I'm throwing it out there. So that's that. And yous are not travelers. We already exposed that your son was using somebody else's images of another company, a business that your son used to work for, and taking credit for the vehicles that that company built. Because I still have all the evidence to back up what I'm saying because of the business cards that your son made. Crazy. Now, I did see that they call her Scammy Granny, which is Violet. If you don't know, don't go down the rabbit hole. She's back begging for money once again. After two vehicles were purchased, uh, washer, you name it. She collected so much money on this app is ridiculous. Going through a divorce, needs to pay for a lawyer. Uh, Ridiculous. She don't have the numbers anymore. She doesn't have the numbers no more. You know, it's people caught on to her. Awareness was brought on her. So I don't even know why she decided to come back to TikTok. She was associated with the TikTok shop. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. So I don't know what her end goal is. It's ridiculous. So just like Chef Carl, maybe she needs to go get a job. Yeah, boots and spurs. Good old Miss Violet is back at it again. So go get a job. Um, because that money train has shipped away. It derailed. And yeah, good luck on that, Violet. New hair and clothes, yeah. Yeah, Berries, I mean, let me ask a question. How many young ladies, young women, and you know I always keep everything respectful, can afford to get their nails done and their hair done every week or every 2 weeks or even once a month? How many young ladies, young women, you know, after paying bills and doing everything else, how many can afford to go and get nails done and hair done and their eyebrows? There you go. There's not there's not a lot of young ladies and young women because after bills are paid and food is put on the table and everything is accounted for to make sure.
We feed our kids first because we pay our bills first.
There you go, Mrs. Homie. Because working hard, even after you work hard, everything goes to bills and food. Bills and food and your little ones. But these scammers and beggars running around with the hair done, nails done, eyebrows done, pedicures, manis, pedis, all that. And at that, they're not paying out of pocket because they're begging and scamming people on social media. And for the guys, you know, because we do have a lot of gentlemen in here, uh, I cut my own hair. I don't need to go to a barber shop because I cut my own hair. I know how to give myself a fade. So even for the guys that go and bust their behinds and provide for their family, everything goes to the bills. You know, I cut my own hair. I give myself fades. So that's just the way it is. Hey, everything comes before, self, having a she day or a he day. Men, we don't get he days. We live one day at a time. Us men, we live one day at a time, and that's good enough for us. Some modelos here and there, and that's the luxury we have. That's it. So, hey, now before I get into this next one, highly, highly uh, controversial, very, very controversial. But we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna bring some truth and facts to what I'm saying. So, give me 1 second. You can hear me typing away.
I gotta say something before you win, because I don't want to lose your account.
Okay, yeah, you got it, Mrs. Homie. All right, give me 1 second. Quick intermission, because we're gonna get into something very controversial, and I'm here for it. Okay, it's going down right here. That's right. Because you don't want no problems. Problems who? You don't want no problems. Problems who? You ain't want no problems with me. I said it. I said it. That's right. Let's get into this nonsense. This little duel right here. Good old Gabaliah, and they call him the extender man. So, let me throw some information out there for good old Miss Gabaliah with her 4 years of doing the same old nonsense nonstop. Let me bring some truth and facts over to Miss Gabaliah. Your walls are closing in. Mark my words. Your walls are closing in. I know that for a fact. I only speak truth and facts over here. And before you know it, those walls are going to crumble right around you. And they're starting to. Like I said, I only bring truth and facts. Oh, the puzzle piece? Great. Hold on, I got to do a puzzle piece. Okay. All right, everybody. How to do the puzzle piece. Now, this is another individual that has committed Medicaid fraud, food stamp fraud, collected all this money, has been collecting money, and not reporting it over to Medicaid and food stamps, or Social Security for that matter. Truth and facts. Now, we all know that Gabby likes to go from hospital to emergency room to this doctor, that doctor, and things of that nature. See, what Gabby doesn't realize, there's something in Florida called the E-Force system, spelled E-F-O-R-S-E. It's a system put into place. It's called the Electronic Florida Online Reporting of Controlled Substances Evaluation Program. It keeps track of every time she is prescribed something from a different doctor or anything that she gets prescribed is being tracked. You know what we call that, Gabby? Do you know that in Florida it is highly illegal what they call doctor shopping? Do you happen to know that? Doctor shopping is highly illegal in Florida. And that's exactly what you're doing. You are doctor shopping. When you're bouncing from ER to ER, and that way you could get those addies. That's right, I said it. When you're over there bouncing around, getting the oxys and the addies and all this nonsense, they track everything that gets prescribed to you. Everything is in the system. And what you're doing is highly illegal. That's why I said your walls are crumbling as we speak. Let me take a quote from Gabby. Quote unquote. Listen up very closely to what I'm about to tell you.
Aired successfully.
Let me tell you, quote unquote from Gabby. So listen very, very closely to what I'm going to tell everybody. When being questioned by DCFS workers about how she's conducting herself on social media, fake pregnancies, fake miscarriages, Quote unquote, Gabby told the social workers, it is for entertainment and it is for content. Don't ask me how I know that, because I'm not even going to tell you. You know, we come with truth and facts. And I'm only telling you truth and facts. Quote unquote, it is for entertainment and it is content. That's what Gabby told the social workers. Try to spin that lie, Gabby, because we got transcripts to back up what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell you how I got them, because nobody is going to find out. But we got them. That's the way that works, Gabby. Truth and facts. So try to spin the narrative on that, because that's what you told the social workers. That's why it's important to expose DCFS, the corrupt individuals working in that apartment over in Lee County, over in Florida, because I already compiled a lot of evidence of how corrupt Lee County is, not only Lee County, but also Florida in itself. And I got a nice folder built up because that is coming. That's going to be put out, and you're going to be involved in that storyline. You and Aaron, both of you. You are both going to be involved in that big storyline when officials get exposed for all the corruption, all the fraud, all that nonsense. You will be added to that. And we're going to get the word out to as many people as possible. See, when you expose corrupt individuals within systems, especially government entities, they don't like that. That's the last thing that they want on the agenda, is for these government and these entities, for the spotlight to be put on them. They don't want no part of it. And if it just happens that an individual from social media, somebody, a TikToker, starts exposing the truth behind the corrupt systems that we have in the United States, who else gets the spotlight? The individual that's being highlighted on that story. It's the way it is. And for the ones that say, well, we're waiting to see proof, I always come with proof. I always come with things to back up what I'm saying. What do you think? This laptop is not filled with receipts? And I've been building up receipts left and right? Receipts are key to everything. Corrupt sheriff's individuals, corrupt DCFS workers. See, I don't talk about something unless I have something to back it up. I got plenty. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to grab receipts of everything going on. So when we highlight that story, it's coming up very, very soon. I'm going to make sure that you are part of the highlight. That'll shed some more spotlight. See, when you're bringing these individuals down, might as well highlight you and Aaron, because what you're doing, unacceptable. What you were doing over there on YT, on the YouTubes, unacceptable. Plenty of videos to back up what I'm saying. Plenty of screen recordings. It's coming. You better believe. I'm a man of my word. Gabby's in here. Well, she better listen up real closely. Listen up. If you missed it, Gabby, doctor shopping, highly illegal. That's what you've been doing. You've been doctor shopping left and right. I heard about the copyrights. I already said it on this live stream earlier. Investigations take time. Gabby's been at this for 4+ years. It's coming. And when it comes, then everybody will be all like, oh, wow, it's about time. It's coming. That's why one of the things I wanted to mention was that E4 system. For every time she gets prescribed something and she's doctor shopping, it's all being tracked. Everything's being tracked. Once again, quote unquote, what Gabby said to the social workers is for entertainment and it is content. When she's faking pregnancies and she's faking miscarriages, she says that is content. Nothing about that is content. For the ones that didn't know, the number one word used in 2025 was rage bait. You can look it up. Number one word used 2025 was rage bait. She thinks it's rage bait, but there's consequences behind it. There's consequences to her actions. The stuff over on the YT, what she was doing, saying these crazy words and doing this and that gets used. That is not content. That is not entertainment. None of that. That will be used against you. Everything you were doing over there is going to get used against you. We seen the video that was put out by Chaos yesterday, where they were talking to Extender Man through your little video doorbell. And the cop knew exactly what questions to ask. Knew to ask about the little one that was in DCFS custody. Police body cam footage to back it up. You sit there and you lie to your supporters, the people that back you up. Whatever happened to good old Mr. Aaron's job that he had full time? I'm not going to give the location. Everybody already knows it. What happened to his job? What is he, a full-time DoorDasher now? Is that what it is? And on top of that, DoorDashing to your home? You know, like the McDonald's that he DoorDashed to you, which is against the company policies of DoorDash? Or did he not read the fine print when he signed up for the DoorDash? He must have skipped over the part that you cannot deliver to your own home. I guess that's what happened, right? Like I said, I'm always watching. I'm always paying attention. And when we highlight all those corrupt individuals over in Lee County and Florida put together, you and Aaron are going to be featured in that. Mark my words. And if you don't believe I have screenshots of information, give me 1 second. Give you a little taste of what's coming your way, Gabarella. Since, you know, when I'm talking about doctor shopping, let me show you something that I already gathered regarding the E4 system. It's a little something, you know. I've been busy. I've been busy. There you go. The E-Force system in Florida. Is it blurry? There's not much I can do. Hopefully that fixes it. I told you, I got receipts on top of receipts ready. I'm ready to start exposing individuals. I don't care if they're government officials. Let me grab some more receipts real quick. I told you, I'm not going to sit here and play with these people. We don't have time for that. This is where the Medicaid fraud comes into place, Gabby. This is where the Medicaid fraud comes into place. When you provide false information about income, assets, or living circumstances to qualify for Medicaid, that's where the Medicaid fraud comes in. That also falls under the guidelines of also Social Security. Because at some point you had Aaron listed as somebody else's address, wink, wink, Karen. Wink, wink, Karen, once again, using her address because you didn't want him to be on your address so you could continue defrauding the government. Let me continue. I said 2026 is going to go down. I told people 2026 is going down. And I'm here for it. Now, when you're committing Medicaid fraud, let me read some of the things. Medicaid fraud is a serious crime in Florida. Not only in Florida, every state. So Medicaid fraud is a serious crime in Florida, typically prosecuted as a felony. Typically prosecuted as a felony for Medicaid fraud. Penalties vary based on the value of the fraud and can include fines, imprisonment, because it's a felony conviction, restitution, and also exclusion. The individual may be excluded from participating in the Medicaid program and other federal health care programs. Yeah, prime example, Ashley Trevino. In case you missed it, Gabalaya. It caught up to Ashley Trevino as well. Why do you think they picked her up? Locked her up? She had to get a lawyer. You know what I suggest? No, I'm not even going to suggest it to you. You'll find out the hard way. Let's talk about the doctor shopping. What is doctor shopping? It's the practice of seeing multiple healthcare providers to obtain numerous prescriptions for controlled substances, often by exaggerating symptoms or hiding other prescriptions. Does that sound familiar? Gabalaya, does that sound familiar? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Doctor shopping it's the practice of seeing multiple healthcare providers to obtain numerous prescriptions for controlled substances, hence Addies, often by exaggerating symptoms or hiding other prescriptions. We see that all the time. It's on video. So doctor shopping is highly illegal. And that's what Gabby does. Everything's being tracked. I told you, receipts go a long way. Receipts will always go a long way. Let me see what else. I have a lot. All right. So, Florida statute 893.137A specifically makes it a felony to get controlled substances from one practitioner while having received one from another within 30 days without disclosing the prior prescription. Gabby, you know that is you all the way. Because it happens all the time. You do it all the time. You do it on TikTok live streams. Just because you're sub live now doesn't mean anything. I told you I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You're not going to get away from this. You're not. Video proof never lies. Everything that's documented in that E4 system, it's all in there. Any prescriptions that you've been prescribed, it's in there. Let me grab some more things. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Don't be calling no DUI attorneys for that. Don't be calling no DUI attorneys or contacting DUI attorneys for this. Don't do it. DUI attorneys will not help you out. I'll tell you that right now. And it's going to take a lot of money. A lot of money. And if you think that you're going to crowdfund again, collect donations so you don't see the clinker, which you'll see the clinker. Any GoFundMe's, anything like that, it will be used in a court of law as prime evidence of more fraud that you continue to do. See what I'm saying? That's the way that's going to work. Because that means that you're going to once again defraud Medicaid by not reporting what you collected, the food stamps, and then Social Security all at the same time. See, what you don't report to them, it will be used in a court of law every time you continue to collect money. I'm sorry, 2026 is going to be the year of Gabaliah, an extender man. It's going to be their year. Consequences. And your Addies are known as a controlled substance. Everybody knows that, Gabby. Your Addies are known as a controlled substance. And with the whole doctor shopping thing and everything else going on that you're doing, and your little puppet extender man that sits right there right next to you, there's prices to pay. So the video that has been shared around of Mimi telling you a long time ago to get off of social media and quit doing what you've been doing and continue to do, should have took that advice. Like I said, investigations take time. But let's see if we can speed up that investigation process when other individuals are going to be held accountable for all the fraud that's being committed and everything that's going on in Florida. Just a heads up. That's how we roll around here. Any questions, anybody? Anybody? Any questions? I'm throwing it out there. If you got a question, get up in a box real quick and we'll address it. I got to leave. I got to end this live stream here in about, I only got like 30 minutes. I got things I got to go do. You know, just like everybody else, we actually have work, work to do. We're not out there. We're not a door dasher. 2013, I think what's coming for Gabby is going to be pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'm telling you. Like I said, I always will. I have my receipts. I have everything backed up. It's digital. Everything's digital. I could print it out as quick as possible. That's just how it is. For the ones that, for the ones that question what I have, don't question what I have because I always come through. I've been busy. Don't question what I have because I have it. I'm telling you. Yeah. You don't always show your full hand. It's a game of poker. It's a game of chess, not checkers. Since we started awareness, we've always come with receipts. Always. Since day one when we started bringing awareness. If I say I have something, I always have what I talk about. So Ms. Homie has something to say before we get out of here. I'm just going to find an outro song. It's going to be, 2026 is going to be epic. I tell you that now. So without further ado, I'm going to let Ms. Homie say what she got to say. And then, Gabby, buckle up. Tie those shoestrings. So go ahead, Mrs. Homie. It's all you. Huh?
Hey, girl.
All right, give me 1 second. Oh, there's a box request. I don't know who it is. Give me 1 second. Mrs. Homie has some things to say, so give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to take her off the screen. When Mrs. Homie has something to say, I don't know what's coming, but... All right. You better make sure there's no echo because when you have your device.
Hello, my loves. I missed you all. Thank you to the mods that have been out there roaming the streets, getting the information, doing what you had to do. But I'm going to tell you now, if you got blocked from the live today, there's only one reason. Either you sit with T and you're over there victim shaming, or you sit or platform T and also victim shamed. Now, everybody knows how to go get their own receipts. And you know what I'm talking about. We went and got our own receipts. I seen everything. So, if you're over there coddling, sitting with her, doing whatever, you're not allowed over here.
A lot of people don't know who she is, so... Sorry, everybody. A lot of people don't know who T is, so Mrs. Homie's addressing a certain group of people.
Another thing. You know we stick up for our mods. We ride hard for our mods. Do not fuck with my mods. I don't want to see some bullshit that you're talking shit, you're dragging them, and you think it's cute. Because I don't think it's fucking cute.
All right, Mrs. Homie said it. Mrs. Homie throws it out there the way it is. Sorry, a lot of people don't know who T is, so,
Her man's a fucking pedophile. That's what happened. Her man's a fucking pedophile. That's it.
A P3DO, Mrs. Homie. See, Mrs. Homie's spicy. Mrs. Homie's on a whole nother level. For the ones that don't know who T is, just don't go down the rabbit hole. And yeah, it's a rabbit hole I'm not even going to go down at this moment. So Mrs. Homie, she calls it the way it is, everybody. Just letting everybody know. I mean, 2026, we're not tolerating no nonsense. Now, I'm going to address one more thing before I get out of here. For the ex-moderator, the one that, did a bunch of crazy stuff and collected a bunch of money. If you don't know who T is, don't worry about it. Now, no, Poetic Justice, this is a whole nother T that is on another side of TikTok. Now, a lot of people have been asking about the ex-moderator, that we had to put some information out there, taking money on the back end, doing all kinds of shady things. I put two and two together, traced it back all the way to when we first started bringing awareness to April 2024. And I'm going to let the other people that are bringing awareness to that situation, I'm going to let them do what they're doing and, bring the awareness over there. As far as on this platform, I see how they're running it over there, and I'm going to just let it go that way. Somebody claimed that I threw him underneath the bus. I didn't throw nobody underneath the bus at all. Not at all. What ended up happening is I still have my opinion on who it is exactly. I've done a lot of research that, this is the way I see things. This is the way I see things. Nobody really knew who he was. So that individual could change their identity at any time and claim to be anybody that they want. That's just the way it is. Because if they lied to so many communities of who they were, they could act like whoever they want to be. So I'm going to leave that to another community. And let me say this, because the word has always been that we were part of the camper crew, we were this crew, we were that crew. We were never a camper crew. We were never, when we started bringing awareness, we had like 20, 25 people. No, Boston Grow, it's not tech, no. No, don't worry about the whole T situation. Don't. When we first started, there were like 20, 25 of us.
They're still here.
And those 20, 25 that started with us, they're still here. Still here. And I have never been a part of a crew. And that's just the way it is. I mean, Little Man is here, Mrs. Bev, Diva Longoria. There's a lot of people that started with us and are still here. We have people that, what we call our day ones, our A1s. There's a lot of people that, even after we started, as we started bringing more and more awareness, there's been people here over a year and a half. So we were never part of a crew. This community was built by the community. This platform belongs to the community. This is not my platform. This is not my platform. This is not Mrs. Homie's platform. This community, this platform belongs to a community because it was built by a community. That's the way it is. And I will always I will always say that. It doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to Mrs. Homie. This belongs to the community. I'm just the voice behind it. I've always been 100% straight up with everybody. I put my past out there for everybody to know. I never hid anything from the community. I've always been upfront, told everybody the way it is, and my background. There's never a reason for me to lie to the community, because lying to people, you're gonna end up shutting down your own platform by lying to your community. So no, we've never been part of a crew. We welcome a lot of people. We welcome everybody onto the live streams. Everybody's welcome. The ones that get disrespectful, we give them the boot. If we see people be disrespectful in the comments, we just block them and we keep it moving. There's no reason to go back and forth with people nonstop. We'll block you and we'll keep it moving.
We don't fight with other awareness.
And I don't sit here and fight with other awareness creators. I'm not going to do that. People run their platforms how they want to run it. If I see some nefarious things or some crazy things going on, I'll talk about it, but I won't even throw their names out there. It's just not, there's no point of going back and forth. If I see somebody doing something wrong, I'll just block them. That's just the way I roll. Yeah, we've always been a drama-free zone. We're not going to go back and forth with people.
I'm more than enough drama.
Oh, Mrs. Homie. Mrs. Homie says she's more than enough drama. So I won't go back and forth with people. If we see people being disrespectful to other people in the comments, we'll let you know. And if it continues, we just block you. And I see a lot of people miss Pink. Miss Pink, we have a lot of respect for you. Love your kitties. A lot of people love you. A lot of respect. They're waiting for you to come back. Mrs. Feisty. A lot of people love Mrs. Feisty. I mean, we have a lot of different communities in here. We do. We have people from Pink's community. We have people from Feisty's community. We have our community. There's a lot of different communities in here. Awareness goes a long way. It really does. And what I don't understand is when awareness goes after awareness, we lose the message. We really do. Instead of awareness coming together, I see awareness going at each other and the message gets lost. Then you have people like Gabby and Danny and using that against the people bringing awareness. They use that. They use it as ammo to say, look, they're going at each other. And it helps them. Yeah, Villain has an amazing community. I mean, there's a lot of communities. A lot. Instead of awareness creators going at each other, if you come together, you get a lot more done. Versus going at each other, you're defeating the purpose. Yeah, Fearless 5 has a great community. There's so many communities. Miss Wendy, a lot. Taya is a mod for Zimnik. Is that person in here? Sorry if I missed one of their. Yeah, Crash Out Cantina. There's so many communities. Yeah, Jasuba. I mean, the list is endless. So instead of what I've been seeing, and let me throw this out there. For the ones that used to be awareness and then they seen dollar signs after collecting give, a ton of gifts. It's nobody that I've just talked about. Nobody that I just mentioned. I'm talking about there's a set of individuals. They claim to be awareness. Then they seen dollar signs and then it all went downhill. And then they said, I'm no longer awareness. Keep the money rolling in. Those individuals, I don't even know why you stream like Jordan Paul. Some of the people they stream is Jordan Paul and a few other the scammers and beggars. You're not awareness. You seen dollar signs. You started raking in this money, and you're the same as a beggar and a scammer. The same as a beggar and a scammer. And no, I'm not talking about Pink. I'm not talking about Feisty. I'm not talking about anybody that has been mentioned. Some of these individuals are new, just popped up last year, and they seen dollar signs, and you know this is why it hurts the awareness community. Let me say this real loud and clear. It hurts the awareness community because you're calling scammers and beggars out, but at the same time, you're making money off of them. That, and like I said, this doesn't go out to all the amazing people I just talked about. I haven't even mentioned their names ever. When you call out a beggar and a scammer, but you're monetizing off of it, making thousands of dollars, essentially, the beggars and scammers will use that against the awareness community and say, hey, they're making all kinds of money and they're calling us out. That's why it hurts the awareness community. Because how are you going to call out a beggar and a scammer, but then at the same time be making hundreds of thousands of dollars? I seen one of them. They made over $1,000 in a day. One of those people. That's being hypocritical. You're being a hypocrite because you're calling somebody out, but at the same time, you're making a bunch of money. So I just find that unacceptable. I don't mention any names of who I seen do it. I ran their Tick Leaps because Tick Leap is a place you could check to see what they're making in TikTok gifts. And I've seen how much money they have raked in. The way it is.
And don't bully them. Do not bully the scammers and the beggars and everybody else. Nobody deserves to be bullied. Nobody.
Yeah, and we're not gonna bully anybody. We're not gonna do any of that. I don't even have to put names out there. I don't have to put names out there for anybody because they'll get wind of it and they'll be like, "Oh well, now we're being called out." If the shoe fits, then wear it and lace up those shoelaces. If the shoe fits and you feel like I'm directly coming at those people that are doing it, lace them up. But like I said, it's not Pink, it's not Feisty, it's not Villain, it's not anybody, Miss Wendy, it's not anybody that they have amazing communities. I'm talking about the ones that are raking it in big time. No, Miss Grandma Sandy, I don't tell nobody how to run their platforms, but you get to see the ones that are in it for the right reasons and the ones that are not. Like I said, I'm not calling out any specific person. What I'm saying is scammers will use that against the awareness community. I can't tell nobody how to run their platform. But the way we're going to continue to do it on this platform, the gifts will stay off. The gifts will stay off. There's no reason for me to monetize off of anything. If I want to make money, I go to work. That's the way it is. I go and I bust my behind. And I'll continue to do that. I work for my money just like everybody else in the community. We all work. I'm not going to lose credibility on this platform while just for trying to monetize off of calling these people out. I'm not going to do it. But I'm not going to tell nobody how to run their platform either. I have respect for a lot of people. I do. And my respect, I already said all the amazing people. I don't even have, the list is so long of people that I highly respect that have been in the awareness community. There's OGs that have been around. We just hit 2 years on the 3rd of January. When we first started bringing awareness, we hit 2 years, January 3rd. So we've been at it for 2 years. I wouldn't ruin my credibility for some dollars. I won't. It's not worth it to me. I'd rather be credible and people, when they show up to a live stream, that they know that the information that I put out is legit and that I got receipts to back it up. Jan K, somebody just asked that. I just answered it. I don't tell people how to run their platforms, but it puts people's credibility out there. Hey, people, that's on them. That's not on me. I'm going to continue to doing what I'm doing. I don't tell people to turn their gifts off or keep them on. But over here on this platform, this community, we keep the gifts off. That's just how we roll. And we'll continue to roll like that. Hey. And I want to thank everybody for the taps. You got us to 1 million. Hey, thank you for tapping that screen. Somebody said he isn't the God of awareness. I'm not. Look, I will never claim to be the king of awareness, the God of awareness. I'm not. I'm just me. I'm the Mexican homie. If I ever see somebody on the streets and they recognize me, I say hi and how's it going, and we'll keep it moving. I will never claim to be the king of awareness, the person telling awareness how to run their platforms. Nope. It's not me. But we're going to keep the integrity on this platform the way that we've been running it, and we're just going to keep running it that way. Hey, that's all we can do, right? So with that being said, everybody enjoy your day. We have made our comeback after a long vacation. And stay tuned. 2026 is going to be crazy. Everybody have a good day. It's coming. 2026 is going to be crazy. Have a good day. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day. Motherfucker. Have a good day, everybody. Got hit with the visibility restriction. Even we're already done. Have a good day, everybody. Gotta go. Restriction. Even we're already done. Have a good day, everybody. Gotta go.